Hey everyone, welcome into another episode of No Holds Barred here at the Toronto Sun. WWE returns to Canada next weekend with
Right.
SmackDown at the Bell Centre in Montreal on January 23rd. Saturday night's main event the following evening, and then it's Monday Night Raw in Toronto, January the 26th. We are pleased to be joined today by one of the rising stars on SmackDown, and you can watch her and Nia Jax wreak havoc on a weekly basis. It is Lash Legend. Lash, great to chat with you today. How you doing?
Hello, hello. I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. We're a little over 2 months now since you got your call up to the
That's
main
right.
roster, and you've been thrown right into the mix with the
Yep.
likes of Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair. What's been your favorite part so far of joining SmackDown?
I just love the people I get to work with. I think it's amazing. Like you said, I've been here about 2 months now, and being able to be in that War Games match. Once I closed the gate, got in the ring, I'm like, OMG! Like looking around the ring, I'm like, wow, I'm in the ring with all these future Hall of Famers, these great women who've done so much in their wrestling careers, and I just thought it was like just like a moment where I was just like, yeah, I'm here and I belong, and it's just been amazing. It's so many different people from different walks of life, different. It's just so diverse, and I just love being able to work with so many different people that have just so many talents in what they do. So it's been a good ride. It's been a really, really fun time, and I'm excited to keep it going.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm always curious how someone gets into wrestling, and were you a wrestling fan when you were younger? Like as a kid, did you watch wrestling? Were you a fan at all?
So in middle school or like junior high school, whatever you want to call it, I did actually watch it, and it was just so crazy because that's something that you would watch and you never thought that you could do it yourself. At least for me, I just thought it was so cool and I was in awe. But I did traditional sports. I did like just basketball, track, volleyball, stuff like that. So when I watched it, I thought it was so cool. I thought it was so entertaining, but I didn't know that it was possible for me to be able to be one of them as well. So having the opportunity to play in the WNBA, get drafted and doing that, and then randomly having the opportunity to try out for WWE, I was like, OMG, like I can really do that. And I said, you know what, I think I should, because I feel like that's so fitting for the type of person that I am. Gonna have all this personality, this aura, and remain and keep my athleticism. Oh yeah, sign me up. So I didn't hesitate. I was like, absolutely, I want to try this. And they hired me, and I was like, wow, here I am, and goodbye to basketball.
Do you miss basketball? I mean, you were one of the best women's basketball players in the world. Do you
Ah,
miss it
thank you.
sometimes?
I love that. Yeah, I mean, I do have some records, under my name, but I have an itch sometimes. So like, I'll just go, shoot. I keep a basketball in my trunk, which is crazy. Like, I don't know. I guess that's just the hooper in me. I have to keep the basketball in my trunk. It's so weird, but yeah, I still watch it. I support all of the women's basketball. I support men's basketball. So I'm still very much watching it and supporting it. So yeah, but I think those days are done for me. But I'll go to a court every once in a while. I still got my jump shot. So
So your tag partner Nia Jax also has a
Mhm.
little basketball experience
Yes, she
playing back in the
does.
day. Do you guys ever talk about who would win a one-on-one? Is there any plans for some hooping
She's
to
so
see who
humble.
will
She's
come out on
like, girl,
top?
you got it. I already know you. She's so humble in basketball. I'm not wrestling. She knows she's popping, okay, in the ring. And as she is, yes. But in basketball, she's like, girl, you got it. I'm like,
So what's it been like to have her, as a partner now? Obviously, I'm sure you lean on her a lot for the amount of
Yes.
experience that she's had. She's been doing this for quite a long time, and is so good in the role that she
Yes.
plays. What's the relationship been like between the two of you, just getting to know each other?
Well, she's been supportive since I was at NXT. So she's been somebody that I've appreciated and took advice from. And now that we get to work alongside together on SmackDown, I feel like she's like my fairy god sister is what I call her. I'm like, girl, you my fairy god sister. You just help me in so many ways, and I'm just so grateful. And I tell her that because I'm like, girl, you've helped me out so much. And she makes it easy. She makes it so much fun. She makes the process fun. Yeah, and it's just fun to get to just go wherever, beat up these girls, and be dominant. And we're the biggest girls on the roster, so it's just a good time. We really are just having a good time, and we have so much chemistry. So I love that for us.
You signed with WWE in I think 2020, was it 2020? So, and here we are,
Yes.
almost 6 years later.
Right.
Did in basketball you played for years and years and years to hone your craft and get to the top? Is this a
Right.
similar journey for you, learning wrestling, trying to figure out this sports
Yeah,
entertainment, and getting
absolutely.
to the top?
Absolutely. I feel like, you know, I was very much eager to be on the main roster years ago, but I'm grateful for the journey and like the length that I was at NXT because I learned so much. Like from the last official day of NXT, I was still learning. Like, so I'm glad it worked out the way it did. We had so many amazing people down there at the PC that give so much knowledge, all this free knowledge. It's like you have to utilize this. Like, so yeah, like I'm grateful that I was there for 5 years. I'm grateful I got to be in that PC, learn and take notes and take heed to a lot of things that people wanted to help me, get better. So yeah, yes, it did take time. But now I feel so prepared, more prepared than ever. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, how hard is it to be patient? Because as we talked about your basketball career, there's a pretty common pathway. You play in high
Hmm.
school, and then of course, if you get
Yeah.
to college ball, if you're lucky enough, and then it's only a matter of time that if you continue to progress, you can get to the pros, which you
Right.
ultimately did.
Hmm.
So how are you able to be patient and know that it's a process, and eventually you're going to get to where you want to go.
I'm gonna tell you, it took a lot of prayer because I'm not naturally a patient person by any means. Like I feel like I am very much like, no, I want it now. And I guess that's society nowadays. We want instant gratification, but I feel like for me though, throughout my life in any time period, I feel like I put in so much work, so much effort. I'm I'm gonna put in the work. I'm gonna put in the effort. So I just expect like the results and what I want out of that. So um being in WWE definitely helped me grow my patience and be like, you know what? Everything is supposed to happen when it's supposed to happen. Let me not rush the process because if I try to rush it, I'm not going to enjoy the moments, being in the moment, these opportunities that I am getting right then and there. So I learned that a lot and I'm grateful for it. Yes, it was hard, but it helps. It helps. I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't.
The biggest change for you now, I assume, will be the travel. The travel schedule gets crazy. You're all over the world now
Yeah.
versus maybe staying in one state.
Mhm.
Uh, I guess coming to Canada. Have you been here before? Will this be
Mhm.
your first time in Canada? And how are you managing that new travel schedule?
Right. I've been in Canada before. We actually ate there at a prime steak house like 2 weeks ago because we were in Buffalo. So we went to Niagara Falls and we just went on over to eat. So that was good. But the good thing is at NXT, my first few years, no, we weren't traveling. But the last like year and a half, we started to travel, and then the past maybe 6 to 7 months we started back doing road loops and getting that feel of like how it really is on the main roster. So I did at least get to have that experience. It wasn't like 0 to 100 like, oh my goodness, we're only here at the PC. So it was like a slow burn, but I did get that experience of it. But yes, now it's like every single week, so that is different. Like I have a flight to catch in maybe about 4 hours. We're going to Berlin. Or sorry, we went to Berlin last week. We're going to London. So yeah, and that's another thing. I be forgetting sometimes. Like, where are we going? We're here. We're going here. So just keeping up with it.
Yeah, that is the life of a pro athlete. That is for
Hmm.
sure. Speaking about your time in NXT, it feels like everyone that's come out of there in recent years has some great story or something great to say about Shawn Michaels, who obviously has had such a huge impact on
Yeah.
people's careers. What was it like for you working with him, and what do you think of the job that he's been doing down there?
I think he's doing an amazing job. Even like I just feel like it's always something that's growing and like it's always an evolution of NXT. Like even since I left 2 months ago, it's just so many changes. But it's good though. You need to have some type of freshness and not just the same old thing because you have to have people that want to be lured in and watch the product. That is important, obviously. But just being able to get like pointers and tips from him and his perspective is just like it's just on another level. It's just like, dang, I didn't think of doing this like that. So it's just crazy that we have people like him, Booker T, Matt Bloom, all these people down there in the PC that we just knock on the door like, hey, can I ask you a question about, can we watch film? Can you help me, with this, executing this? Can you give me some psychology tips? And, so I just hope that the people at the PC don't take it for granted. I think we all come to terms and realize like, oh no, like we got everything we need right here. So we need to utilize what we have. So yeah, Shawn has been amazing. He helped me so much in my career. And like I said, his brain is just on a whole different level. I don't think anybody thinks like him. Just being able to have conversations with him and seeing his thought process and in all his wrestling knowledge. He's done so many amazing things in wrestling. So it'll be crazy if you don't try to learn from him.
My last comments, just if you're coming to Montreal, you need to try the poutine, the smoked meat, and the
Poutine.
bagels.
Oh, I want to try it all. Okay, so if you didn't know, I love food. So I will do all three. How about that?
World class, best in the world, best smoked meat
Yes.
sandwiches in the world in Montreal.
Oh, I can't wait. I haven't had
Absolutely.
that, so I'm grateful. I can't wait. I'll let you know how it
Yeah,
goes.
definitely put it on. Yeah, definitely put it on the list. A lot of good food in Montreal for sure. But
Love
SmackDown
that.
coming up January the 23rd in Montreal at the Bell Center, and then Saturday night's main event the following evening, and then Monday Night Raw in Toronto on January the 26th. Lash Legend, thanks so much for joining us today. We wish you all the
Thank
best in
you.
2026.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.